A mother who was eventually too scared to appear on camera tells me of her troubling dilemma. Her 12-year-old girl came home pregnant, and she, in her own wisdom and fear that her baby may not be able to carry the pregnancy to term, let alone raise the baby, decided to help her procure an abortion. She then sent her little girl into boarding school. At the end of the next school term, her daughter returns home, pregnant again. It's Ibrahim Okungu's way of breaking the ice with his students before their session. It's his sense of humor and an open mind that are needed during such times if he's to engage with his students freely and openly about a topic many don't openly and freely discuss.
I know most of you can have various challenges. You can say that, it's very difficult to abstain. How many have been having the feeling that, hey, I need to do this thing, I need to explore. If you're a human being, Nani.
It's a sex and sexuality lesson for these high school kids. Everything from the what.
Is there one type of condom? There are how many types of condoms?
The when.
These are boys. Can you talk to me? If you want to marry, will you marry? You're meant to marry what? A virgin. Sindio? That's okay.
And the how.
To me, for this age, if you have to do it, let's use what? Condom.
The ABCs of sex education.
A is abstinence. B is what? B stands for? Not beautiful, Guana. Be faithful.
Are either not known by such young ones or are ignored altogether, resulting in what the National Gender and Equality Commission calls a crisis of teenage pregnancies in Kenya.
We are trying to talk to them to abstain, but it becomes very difficult. That's why the knowledge we are giving them, we hope can help them more.
And if only to show how prevalent the cases have been, a story is carried on a daily basis in the media, girls falling pregnant and consequently dropping out of school. The National Gender and Equality Commission cites Busia's situation, for example, as critical in a study conducted in March last year. Instances where some schools have as many as 21 pregnant girls in 1 year alone, with the problem affecting school-going girls of between 13 and 17 years, a situation that is sadly being replicated across the country.
You have to know. Can we all read what is there? What do you have to know? Number one?
Some schools, though conservative, have therefore taken the plunge and are now engaging their children in the dreaded conversation in the hope that they will either delay their sexual debut or help them make informed choices through such clubs as The World Starts With Me.
We do not need to bury our heads in the sand anymore. So the program is just basically trying to expose them, to give them information, so that our children can make informed choices.
I ask Caroline Aredo about the risk of making such kids curious.
When we look at devices versus, when we balance, we realize out of, let's say, 5 students, maybe 1 will become too curious, but we'll have saved 4.
Nominated Senator Judith Sinjeni is passionate about reproductive rights, the need to set the standards of reproductive health and the right to make decisions regarding reproduction, what informed her draft, the Reproductive Healthcare Bill 2014, that is currently in its 3rd reading at the Senate.
These are intelligent children, so teach them how to behave, because we want them to fit in the society properly.
But she has been receiving a lot of criticism, with some arguing that her bill calls for, among other things, the distribution of condoms in schools.
There's no way you can give a child a physical education uniform and you don't allow that child to do physical exercise.
Wilson Sosion, the Kenya National Union of Teachers Secretary General, among those up in arms with regard to that provision.
When you tell us that those things will be introduced, then nobody should blame us if the society will plunge into uncontrolled moral decay. That we will not support as teachers in this country.
This comprehensive sexuality education, which is currently ongoing, is a directive from the President Uhuru Kenyatta. And this is because of Kenya's involvement as a country in the global all campaign against HIV and AIDS. That's when it came with it. So this has come on board when my bill is on. And now people are trying to say that it is me who has done it.
How important do you find the lesson? It's a different perspective, though, as far as the children are concerned. Do you think your parents are happy that you're learning such information in school?
Yes.
Why? Someone?
Because the majority of them are afraid to discuss those things with us.
For them, as I soon came to find out, it's not about if they should be exposed to sex education, it's by who.
Explicit details about what to do when you're in situation, the use of condoms and things like that. Do you think it's a bit too much?
I don't think it's too much. In fact, as for me, my mom, she rarely talks to me about this stuff. So this club has really helped me to know.
But with the time, she managed to tell me the consequences about sex, though she was not so clearly. She only told me that sex ni mbaya, that's it.
Ni tabia mbaya.
Ni tabia mbaya. That's all they say. They are embarrassed to talk about it.
Yeah. What would you say to parents who are afraid that this information is making you people curious?
They should just encourage their children, teach them about life. Yani, they should not hide things from them.
Have you ever thought to maybe go to them and ask them, Mom, by the way, me, I know about these things. Can you tell me?
If they fear talking to you about sex, you also fear talking about it because you don't know why they fear talking to you about sex.
Yes.
Dr. Catherine Siengo Mutisia, a consultant psychiatrist, tends to agree with the children.
Children will not come to ask their parents, can I have sex? You find even the ones having sex, they have never told their parents they want to have sex. So let them have that information. If they were to make that decision, then at least they know they are condoms.
In her opinion, the doctor says the conversation must actually start at home long before it starts at school.
Whenever a child asks you a question, take that, find out what they know first before you give your information, then be truthful as much as possible.
I tend to think with students we still maintain abstinence, but we make them out. We will make them aware that there are things like condom, but we advocate for abstinence.
So which way for our children who continue to be bombarded with such information and options in this increasingly liberal world? Evelyne Wambui, Citizen TV, Nairobi.